It is the next leg of a South Africa tour. You can probably hear my daughter in the background. She is with me once again. For the next leg, we're flying further along the coast from Virginia down to Margate. Now, next to Margate is a place called the Village of Happiness. So, yes, great, fabulous. So let's go and check out how happy Margate is. I don't know if it's as happy as the Village of Happiness, which is the other side of the road. I guess we'll find out, but let's go and check it out. So yeah, let's get this flight underway. It's about a 75 nautical mile flight. Well, it's looking pretty good. So yeah, let's get underway. Okay, so we will, as I said, be departing out to the north, spinning around over the city of Durban and continuing south. Geography failed. Southwestwards on the coast. My daughter's just disappearing off somewhere else, which is fantastic. That's what I don't want to do. Brilliant. There we go, so this must be about the 27th leg of this tour. Pretty sure it is anyway. So we're literally passing over Durban now as we continue our climb out. One of the major cities of South Africa. It's a circle to, no, sorry, it's a straight approach from runway 23 we can expect. So we're just south of Durban now. heading on down towards Margate. Not Margate in Kent. Believe it or not, just round the corner from Margate is Ramsgate. So if you're following along watching these videos, firstly, thank you. Secondly, is South Africa anything like you expected it to be? Obviously, if you're from South Africa, then of course it is. But for me, I mean, yes and no, I guess. Some parts of it are, other parts I was really not expecting at all. Like particularly when I was flying along the Botswana border. Where we're flying over now is, I guess, probably more what I imagined. Or maybe actually here's more green than I imagined. But yeah, really interesting. Alrighty, so aviators, we are about 28 nautical miles away from our destination. Got to remember today we're flying straight in, not cycling to land. Wind strengthened a little bit. A little bit of cloud up ahead, as you can see. And yeah, so we're here in South Africa. Funnily enough, in just over 2 weeks' time, I will be in Africa, not South Africa. I will be in North Africa, in Morocco. So yeah, looking forward to that. Not Lithuania for a change. I will of course be back in Lithuania later in the year. Regular viewers of the channel will know Lithuania is somewhere I'm immensely fond of. Really annoying. I need to change my key binding so the middle mouse. Sometimes I kind of. Damn it! Sometimes I can't even speak. What's wrong with me tonight? Sometimes. Oh, I've forgotten what I'm going to say now. Oh, it's just been one of those days. I tell you, one of those days. Yeah, thank God it's the weekend, right? I'm flying this on Friday. Right, let's get... okay. Let's change heading a little bit. And we'll be descending down into Margate and Happiness Village, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Village of Happiness. If by some amazing coincidence you live in the Village of Happiness, then please like, comment, tell me if it's a place that lives up to, or maybe you visited, I don't know, tell me if it's a place that is that lives up to its name. Generally curious. I think it's World Happiness Day today, quite appropriate that we're flying to the Village of Happiness. I'm pretty sure it's World Happiness Day today. So I hope you're all feeling happy out there, everybody. Yes, it is World Happiness Day. International Day of Happiness. There we go. So, yes. As I spread to you the happiness of flight simulation. It's a great way to chill out after a long week of work and explore the world. And our flight simulators have come on because, of course, photorealistic scenery now, not like the old days. I mean, I remember flight simulators when we were pretty much wireframe graphics, going back to like the mid to late 80s. There used to be a flight simulator I used to play. I say it's a flight simulator, a flying game, and it was on the. I'm sure it's on the BBC microcomputer, and it's called Harrier something, Strikeforce Harrier or something. And it's always funny because you look at these old games and you look on the boxes and they'll say things like amazing graphics, and obviously, yeah, that hasn't aged well. Strikeforce Harrier. Yeah, Strikeforce Harrier. It was a 1986 combat flight simulation video game. Yeah. There we go. That's probably my first ever flight simulator, Strike Force Harrier. Right, let's descend ourselves down to 3,000. I tell you what, another great flight simulator. Came along slightly later, I want to say mid to late 90s. And look it up, it's called TFX, Tango Foxtrot X-Ray. And it had a pretty awesome soundtrack to it. And I think I seem to recall it's centered around you flying the Eurofighter. So it's like another combat flight simulator. And with operational theatres, I seem to recall like Libya and Yugoslavia at the time. And yeah, look it up on YouTube. TFX, that was another classic. So somewhere down here is our destination, and I'm not sure we're going to... I don't know, we're 8 miles away. We're still at a good 2,000 odd feet. Not sure we're going to get down in time. Made us have to fly a little dog leg in this to give ourselves a chance to decrease altitude. That's done the trick, I think. Now we're just going to try and see where the actual runway is. Still, maybe there. I think we just have the runway in sight. Yeah, runway in sight. Oh, there it is. Now let's try and bring us in nicely for a landing. I say it's pretty scenic round here. I can understand why you'd call have a Shelly Beach. I said Silly Beach for a minute. Village of Happiness. Is it Village of Happiness? What are we calling this place? Village of Happiness. Yes. So, my pilot, upon landing, shall go and spend time in said Village of Happiness. Bleed that speed off. We've got quite a strong wind. It is fortunately a headwind. Otherwise that would probably make landing rather interesting. But hey, that's what you watch these videos for, right? Didn't get a chance to do too much flying last weekend because the internet was broken. So if you're wondering why I didn't do too much of the airliners, that is why. Oh god, hello. Before I stall the plane. That is why, essentially. Oops. Oh my word, we are really getting tossed around. Something chronic here. Whoa. That is a lively approach, this one. Jeez. Right, let's focus on what I'm doing a minute, because this is really giving me a tough time. Well, as you can see. Bloody hell. Sick bags out for the passengers. Oh, bloody hell. I tell you what, I'm trying to do full. Oh my word, this turbulence is insane. I tell you what, the ground effect, not ground effect, sort of like the mountain effect, or I suppose call it mountain effect, of this various scenery is an absolute killer on this. Right. We're going to stall it in a minute if I'm not careful. A little bit more power. And we come down, we come down, we come. There it is. There we go. Oh, we are really floating this landing out. It's because of that strong headwind, I think. There we go. Doesn't really matter because we've got enough runway, and of course we are vacating just off to the left by those things here. Let's just put the brakes on. Brakes. Flaps. And welcome to Margate, next to the Village of Happiness. Let's park ourselves up in the corner here, I think. There we go. Nice. It's not really a parking spot, I guess. So you can see on the final approach, the wind really was giving us a tough time. And then, did we ever float that landing out? Again, probably because of a strong headwind giving us a lot of lift. Cool. Look at that. Look at that turbulence. That's really, really giving us a tough time. I see a car drive across someone's lawn there. Yeah, did you see that windsock? Full on wind, that's why. There we come, and then we'll see how we float this one out like there's no tomorrow. Float, float, float. And then a reasonable landing in the end, actually, I have to say. And you can see the windsock really blowing quite strongly, which accounts for that floaty landing. Let's go and see what Valant has to say. Okay, so we departed out from Virginia, just north of Durban, continued south westwards along, and with a landing of 68. There we go, we're back on it. I mean, not surprising it as that landing rate, given how we floated that landing out. But as you can see, if we zoom out here, we just passed Durban, we continue along now, and ultimately our final destination, Cape Town. So you can see we're getting sort of through. We've broken sort of the back of this tour, if you like, and we just literally follow the coast along all the way back down to Cape Town where the tour began. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Farewell for now.